for addressing the media.
Of the NBA, David Stern, Deputy Commissioner Adam Silver. We will start with an opening statement from the Commissioner and then take questions. Again, please make sure your cell phones are off. When it's question time, raise your hand. We'll bring microphones to you and name and affiliation. David?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'd just like to start with some thank yous to Leslie Alexander, Tad Brown, and the entire Houston Rockets organization, which have helped us to demonstrate once again that Houston is a great city to host an event or series of events, and this has been so far a terrific week for us. Mayor Anise Parker, we want to thank her for her efforts together with Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee and the Houston Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Harris County Houston Sports Authority. It's always a collective effort. We feel very welcome, and the transportation, the venues, and the general hospitality has been spectacular. All-Star is as good a time as any to gauge how we're doing in terms of our league, and first and foremost, our players are having a great season, and their teams are having great seasons. There's an enormous amount of interest in our games. We don't know who, on any given day, in all deference to the departed Pete Rozelle, we're getting there. On any given day, you look at the box scores and you're surprised to see that a team that isn't supposed to win has won. And it gives me particular pride to see the number of former players who are not only coaching but broadcasting, in some cases owning and making contributions not only to the NBA but to the WNBA and the NBA Development League, all of which is on display here, from our NBA Cares Caravan with legends and WNBA players and D-League players and NBA players, to our jam session, which I commend you to see not only the best interactive showcase that we can gin up, but also to see the digital village, which will demonstrate to you why our players are at really the front of the digital revolution. We're really, getting posts from all over the world. Been several million tweets that you can just come up, push the globe, and they stop, and you can read the tweets all about All-Star Weekend. Last night, you saw our future. It looks pretty good. Tonight, you're going to see the talent of our individual players. Tomorrow, you're going to see a couple of All-Star teams that are going to have 7 newcomers talking about our future. And of course, tomorrow morning, we get to welcome back the legends. That really does make this into a family gathering. Adam and I had the opportunity to visit with the National Basketball Retired Players Association today, both the plenary session and the board, and it was a hoot for a couple of basketball fans. It was good stuff, and we're going to be working with them. We just announced a new 4-year deal with them, and we work very closely with them, and we'll continue to work closely with them. Everything else is good. We think that the collective bargaining agreement is working. We think that it's yet to click in its fullness, which will happen next year. We think that revenue sharing projects to get us to the point, together with the collective bargaining agreement, that our teams will have the opportunity to both compete and to be profitable, and our international prospects remain as strong as ever. We don't have anything to announce, but we're going to be doing lots of exhibition traveling. I have no doubt this coming preseason, our digital footprint will become larger country by country with respect to the websites that are going to be entered into partnerships and the like. Adam's heading off to China next month. Heidi Uberworth has me going to India in April. And the march continues as our game continues to prosper and thrive. So here we are, and we're happy to. Oh yes, thank you. Just to anticipate one line of questioning, I told Adam, remind me to speak about Seattle and Sacramento. So it says sacked Seattle, because I knew I would forget. I'm repressing it. I think it's fair to say that we have an application in-house, as you know, from Seattle to both transfer ownership to what I'll call the Hanson-Balmer Group, and an application to move the team to Seattle to play in Key Arena while the process goes on to get permission to build a new building in Seattle, and various lawsuits and environmental impact and other things are dealt with. The mayor of, and that's moving along. We have two, I've met with Mayor McGinn of Seattle. We have two committees focusing on it, the Relocation Committee and the Advisory Finance Committee, and we fully expect to have that process completed for a report to the Board of Governors at its April 18th meeting. We have been advised by Mayor Johnson of Sacramento, parenthetically, who we have not met with and who we have no plans to meet with here, close parens, that Sacramento will be delivering to us a competitive bid to the one that we have received from Seattle that will include the construction of a new building with a significant subsidy from the city of Sacramento and other things that would bring the region together to support the team. That's all we have. The mayor has said that we'll have that likely well before March 1, which is the, appears in our Constitution and for when we must receive applications to move. It's sort of irrelevant exactly, but that was a good enough date, so we selected that. I don't have any, changing subjects, I don't have any comment on the Players Association situation other than that we know as much as you do and nothing more. We've seen Derek Fisher's statements, and we await notification from the union as to who we should be dealing with, because it has been a principle of faith for us that we will deal with whomever the union tells us to deal with. That's what we do, and it remains the same. And now we'll take questions.
Well, hold on, excuse me. Fourth in the middle, Steve.
Steve Kyler, USA Today Sports. David and Adam, the D-League showcase this afternoon, where do you guys see the D-League going kind of in the short term, and is there a roadmap that you can envision for 30 D-League teams?
You want to have some fun with it?
Well, I attended the D-League showcase this afternoon. We think it's a wonderful event, and I met with the D-League owners yesterday as well. I think ultimately we'd like to have a 30-team league, and we do envision a one-to-one relationship between every NBA team and a single D-League affiliate. We think it's the second best basketball in the world after the NBA. One of the things we spoke to the D-League owners about was increased use of D-League teams internationally. We play a big slate of preseason games now internationally. We played the Knicks and Detroit in London this year, but it's enormously labor intensive to move NBA teams over, whether it's preseason or during the season. But D-League teams stand ready to play internationally as well. So we think the league has a huge future. We think it's, incidentally, it's development not just of the game, but also development of business as well. Increasingly, many of our top executives also begin their careers in the development league. So we find it to be extraordinarily successful. And